Welcome to Company Topic number 2. Due to the fact it's something that I said in the video before this one, I have to make this video now. And this video will be about cop-outs in the video games, such as Mass Effect, the original saga, 1, 2, and 3, and Andromeda. And we're not even going to talk about Anthem. Anthem should have not been made, and they should have focused more on Mass Effect Andromeda. So, let us begin. First, let me get a time check to make sure that my alarm doesn't go off and screw everything up. It's not going to go off. Okay. So, here's the thing. If you played the saga, the original saga, the 3-4 endings, kind of a cop-out. I do the destroy ending, or I do the nothing ending. I do not do the ending where Shepard dives through the green beam. Now, I've played the game, and I've done all of the endings. Let's get that established. I've played the game as Shep the most. I've dove through the beam, and I got evaporated and became part of everybody and their essence. Everybody turned green, and they were part organic and part metallic. I didn't like that ending. Tell me more about the Shepard. Then I did the turn into a Reaper. You know? Which means your ass is still gonna disintegrate. I didn't like that ending. Whether it was a male Shep or a femme Shep, I didn't like that ending. You know, you get to hear the blah 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 blah, and you get to see Shepard crumble to dust. And then you see all the Reapers leave or help rebuild stuff. Which is plausible, but I went through way too much shit for Shepard to become a fucking Reaper. You understand me? I went through way too much shit as Shepard. I got fucked up on a spaceship in part 2. Had to work for Cerberus in a new spaceship, which was probably about the best part. I got to have a new spaceship, which was bigger and better than my first spaceship. In part 3, I spent 5 months in jail. I had to get everybody on my side to become peace. I brokered peace between the Geth and the Corians. Didn't fall in love with Tally because Tally didn't do girl stuff. And when I was male Shep, I got yay so far, and the game glitched, and I lost everything. So I decided to never play him again after the first go round. Now, I will say, when I first played the very first game, the first game I got was Mass Effect 3 for the PlayStation. Because Mass Effect 2 didn't drop, and then the trilogy didn't drop, and then like 6 months, the trilogy dropped after I bought the second game. Which my cousin Russell told me, don't play the game until you played the first 2. And I said, well, the first 2 aren't for the PlayStation, only the third one dropped. So I had to make up the shit as I went along. And so, that being said, I beat the first time I beat the game, I beat it with male Shep. The second time, when I got the second game, I went through as male Shep, and that's when the game glitched, and I couldn't play it anymore. Then the trilogy came to the PlayStation 3, and I played it from beginning to end as femme Shep. Aced it. Beat it. No problem. So then I transferred over from femme Shep to femme Shep in game 2, where I fucking got blown up in a spaceship, and then woke up in Cerberus, and then I fought all the collectors, and then I fought because I did the little last thing. If you play the game in a certain way, you get to contact like after you destroy everything and you go do Hackett's mission last, you get to confront what the fuck is his name? Not Sovereign. Damn. Rudimentary creatures of blood and flesh. Harbinger. Alright, so yeah. If you play the game, like game 2, and you do everything, including going into the relay by Arya and them, and then you wipe out all the collectors, do all the stuff, try not to get anybody killed, and you come back, and then you do Hackett's mission. You talk to Harbinger. If you don't do it that way, and you go do Hackett's mission, I try to save Hackett's mission last, So you have to be careful when you go upstairs to talk to people because it'll automatically take you to Hackett's mission. So just be careful not to do that. Like avoid everything at all possible. And when he says, "I'll take this one in my office," you have to go talk to the doctor, and you have to burn the asteroid into the mass relay. So if you do that mission last, you get to talk to Harbinger, and y'all can go find that on YouTube where you talk to Harbinger at the end of game 2. So and then you meet Hackett, and then the game is pretty much over because you already took out all the collectors and all that shit. Now, if you do that mission when it's given to you, you get to talk to um the Cinepod or whatever the hell. It just tells you we won't you've only delayed us or some bullshit, and that's kind of what happens there. So then you get on the Normandy, but you don't know the unidentified pilot because in this game, in game 2, there's an unidentified pilot. That's always dropping y'all off. It's not Joker. It's an unidentified pilot. He's always dropping y'all off everywhere. You don't know who he is. It's never Joker. Joker never leaves the SR2. And then until Mass Effect 3, Joker never really drops y'all off anywhere. And in Mass Effect 3, it's always Cortez that drops you off. So, depending on what you do with Mass Effect 3, sometimes the game kind of is repetitive. But, sometimes Mass Effect 2 is sometimes repetitive. So it's something that EA has, you shouldn't have to be able... You should have new questions when you ask somebody something like 90 fucking times. Which is also a big fat X in my book. But the games are good. It's just that if I asked you, the bar fight to get the Asari's attention, I should be able to fight everybody. I shouldn't only get 3 choices. So I don't want to have to keep talking to this guy about XL7 and some drugs and some other Helix. Helix is the drugs. I shouldn't be able to have to do all that shit. I should be able to do all of that. Plus, beat up the guy harassing the girl. Beat up the Krogan at the bar. Beat up the 2 guys that are talking about jumping one of Arya's guys. I am so spoiling this game for y'all. But I should be able to do all of it. But you can't. You get, moderate choices. So you get to make 3 choices. So the first thing you want to do is you want to talk to the guy. Because he's going to talk about XL7. You're going to need that. He's also going to talk about Helix. You're going to need that. When you go beat up people, it attracts you to other people. I saved the girl. I need an extranet terminal. My Omni tool hasn't worked all day. Yeah, I'm looking for an extranet terminal. My Omni tool hasn't worked all day. So it's extranet terminal and something about your Omni tool in the news reporter. She goes away. And the guy, he's a gangster. You're gonna fuck her up if she doesn't go. If you don't give her the right passwords, and she goes, "Hey, floor it. I have to pee." If you don't do that, she's done. So, and you'll read about it. So you want to make sure you do it right. And there are a lot of things that you'll read about. All right. In the first game, I'm gonna get so much hate for this from ladies. Ladies, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This is the other reason why I started using FemShep. Alright, because when I played it as male Shep, when I got there, the Falcon Punch, when I punched the frack out of Christina Algelani when I was a man, it just didn't feel right. And again, when I got to game 2, the shit glitched and I lost all my shit from Mel Shepherd. So after that, which was the second time, I stopped being Mel Shepherd and started doing FemShep. So every time I got on there, like game 2, I was the male, and after I hit Christina Agelani, the game glitched. I lost all of my male shepherd shit. I had cool clothes, all of it gone. Went all the way back through game 1, beat it, tried again, couldn't get none of the shit back. Which is another reason why I started just being FemShep. Alright? But you put all of your time into this game. If you come to play Mass Effect for 2 hours a day, because you got life to live, but or if you put in that weekend, because I beat all 3 games on one weekend, and that was fun. It was hell, but it was fun, and that was before Andromeda dropped. It was 6 months before Andromeda dropped. all I did was play Mass Effect. I also had some mental and medical issues where my doctor and I said, you will play Mass Effect at least 3 times a day. And I did. So thank you, EA Sports, for that, because it helped me with my military depression issues and shit like that. Thank you, Dr. Bishop, for being an understanding doctor and helping me get through those times. Anyway, and I'm in a great space now, so thank you, Dr. Bishop. Anyway, so you get through game 2 and get through game 3, and you're so invested in Shepard, and you've invested in all of your workers, you know, Jack, Tally, Miranda, what the fuck is the black dude name? Jacob, and then the Solarian, Morden, Grunt, damn it, Masani. I'm missing somebody. Thane. I'm still missing somebody. Because there's 11 of us. The Geth dude. Still missing somebody. The Asari. The assassin, the Asari. So after you get all these people together, you go through all these missions to get them on your side. You know, it's kind of a fucking letdown when you get to game 3 and you don't get to use them. You got new people, and if you get the DLCs, they do come back. But you know, it's kind of a fucked up thing, all right? Because you go on missions, you know, you go meet Grunt, and he sacrifices himself for you, and if you do it right, he doesn't die. You go help Rex, and if you do it right, Rex and the female Krogan survive. You go help Miranda's sister and Miranda again. And if you do it right, Miranda doesn't die and she kills her father. You go help Jack, and if you do it right, Jack doesn't die, but you get 3 calls to Jack. If you don't go by the second call, Cerberus takes out Jack and kidnaps all her biotics. So when you get the call to Grissom Academy, just go on the first call. Alright? Try your best not to kill either Caden or whatever the fuck her name is. I can't think of her name. Williams. I know her last name because it's the same as mine. Ashley. So try not to kill Caden or Ashley. And if you don't try to calm down, Garrus will kill them if he's on the mission, or Thane will kill them if he's on the mission. You lose Thane, so that kind of sucks. Now you do have to help Thane in number 2, but by game 3, Thane's health issues have increased, so he's 1 foot in the grave. So he does bite the bullet in number 3. So this is why I said, you know, the endings are a complete fuck you. Alright? They are. I'm sorry. I love the game, but all the endings are pretty much a complete fuck you. Because you put all your time in there. There's no real big boss battle. It's a stare down at the end with you and the elusive man and David. Why can't I think of his damn name? Anderson. David Anderson. So it's you, David Anderson, and the fucking the head guy of Cerberus, the elusive man. So once that's done, the game's done. Now, then you gotta talk to the Star Child, which is a hologram of a kid, which puts you through all this shit when all you had to do was just come back to the damn, bring the Crucible back to the fucking damn God damn it, the Citadel, and fire this big beam. Now, remember I told y'all when I beat it with male Shep, I didn't play game 2 and 1, and so when I beat it, when I originally got the game, I killed everybody. I mean, there was no other option. I killed everybody. And it was a red beam, and it destroyed everything in the universe, and it said, You have saved and destroyed the universe at the same time, or some bullshit. But I didn't have any points. I didn't know what I was doing because I had never played the first game or the second game. I got the third game first for Mass Effect 3 on PlayStation 3, and I played it. I made the story as I went along. It it decided if I like had the 7 people or whatever, or the 11 people. I didn't know. I didn't play the goddamn second game. So when I did the destroy ending, it literally destroyed everything. And so when I got the trilogy and when I got game 2, I learned better. But you invest and invest and invest, and that destroy ending was the best ending. The only real casualty would more than likely be the Geth, because it destroys everything electronic, which means the Geth and the Quarians, not the Quarians will stay alive if you stop the war. The Geth and the Reapers are the main things that die when you choose the destroy ending. When you choose the I'm gonna become a Reaper, the war does stop, and you become a Reaper, and all the Reapers, including Harbinger, goes with you. Y'all just leave and never come back. And then when it ends, it says the Reapers help rebuild all the Mass Effect relays and all the other shit, etc., etc. And then they leave and never come back. You guys can go Google that, or go find it here on YouTube. And then when you do the fusion, they say it's called something else in the game, but I call it the fusion because you fuse organic and metallic or inorganic and organic together. So people are now hybrid human machines. Alright? And that's where you get the green beam, where Shepard dives through the green beam, disintegrates, and what the hell did they call that shit? I'll find out. Cut that off first. Come on, damn it. I hate technology. In Mass Effect 3, when Shepard jumps through the beam, what's the ending call? It's not giving me anything. Alright, Scott, can someone explain the endings to me? Mass Effect spoilers. The endings are controversial. I'll be able to find it in a second. I just gotta read more. It's 3 endings. It's actually 4 endings. Synthesis. So when you jump through the beam and become synthesis, that's when everyone that is human also become like the Geth and are also machine. The Geth are alive because of something you did in Mass Effect 3 that gives them life. And so they become alive, and now they can have feelings and flesh and all that other bullshit. And now the humans know how it feels to also have organic as well as inorganic because they're all synthesis. So you kind of force that on everybody, which in real life I don't think that would work out because it's kind of like the whole COVID, take the vaccine thing. So we don't want to do that. Then the last ending, the 4th ending, it comes with the DLC. When you do nothing, the Stargazer talks, and I think at the end of that, or before the Stargazer talks, I'm not sure, so you're gonna have to go find the ending and watch. Liara tells everybody about the Great War and how they fought, and how they lost, and how they continue to fight. And then if you find these things that she does say in the game that she's gonna spread these time capsules around, so whoever comes in for the next cycle, they will be able to defeat the Reapers. You know, they have to build another big cannon and attach it to a citadel because the Reapers generally rebuild everything after they die anyway, or they rebuild everything and then they leave. And they go into dark space for 50,000 years, giving whatever race of humans or species of aliens that did not get destroyed, the people that they didn't turn into monstrosities and nightmare factories, everything that got left behind when they evolve or get hell, they're more than call it, uplifted to become more intelligent. They go through their little shit, and 50,000 years later, the Reapers will come back to take them out and harvest them. So you understand the thing. And at the end, the Stargazer is female versus the other three endings where the Stargazer is male. But the boy or the girl, whatever little kid it is still the same voice. It says, "Please tell me more about the shepherd." Another time, my sweet. Now let's get into Andromeda, so I can end this video and start posting. In Andromeda, it was my favorite. I'm not going to get a lot of friends for this, but Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda was my favorite. Out of all the Mass Effect games, it was my favorite. I loved being Sarah. I liked being Scott, but I loved being Sarah. And you only get to be Scott like one time if you play Sarah all the time. But if you play with Scott, you get to be Sarah one time if you play with Scott the whole time. I loved being Sarah. I have relationships with damn near everybody on the ship except for like one person. Two. Because I couldn't have a relationship with Drax. And I couldn't have a relationship with the Solarian. Fem Sarah. Sarah couldn't date Gil because he's gay. Alright? But she could date the black guy. She could date Suvi. She could date everybody except for Dr. Patero. So there's three people. Because Dr. Patero says she doesn't date within her clientele. And you couldn't date the doctor. You know. The sad thing is that you don't get enough time with Alex. And I think that's kind of where they fucking fucked up. I think like prior to going to Andromeda, they should have gave us like a mission as Alex Rider to go collect shit to go to Andromeda. That would have been great because then people would have got a chance to play like, let's say, like the first hour of the game. Let us be Alex. Let us go all around the Citadel collecting all the shit, all the information, everything that we need so that when we go to Stasis, you know, get to meet the family before you get to play as the family. Get to meet the family, you know, have Alec go visit Scott, talk to Scott. Have Alec go visit Sarah, talk to Sarah. Convince them that they need to come with you and your secret wife who's not dead to Andromeda. That was a spoiler. And, you know, explain the SAM unit and all that shit. But while you're doing that, you could have had the game open up with Alex in regular Earth, talking to Shepard, and then going to collect everything, and have him going face to face to talk to Liara, and then, you know, talk to Jen Garson and all that. You could have done that in the first hour of the game. Would have improved the game immensely. I'm happy with the way the game is, but for improvements, there's that. My only complaints of this whole entire game, besides not having a DLC to go meet the Quarians, was Ryder didn't get like as much clothes as Shepard. Fem Shep got 2 dresses and a pair of pants with the sleeves, and she had 2 uniforms. No, she had 3 uniforms. So she had 2 dresses, 2 uniforms. Technically 3 uniforms, because she had the Cerberus uniform, and then she had her her civilian clothes, and then she had her dress blues, and then she had her normal ACUs. You know, that's the military term. You know, so she had her normal ACUs, her military dress uniform, and then she had like 4 other options. She had her civilian clothes, where she had pants. She had her N7 dress, and if you transfer directly, you got 2 dresses, depending on the game. Now in PlayStation 4, you got all that shit. PlayStation 3, you only had like 5 outfits. You know, so you had your Cerberus uniform, your Cerberus dress blues, your Cerberus civilian uniform, and then you had the brown civilian uniform, and then you had the dress that the ninja girl Kasumi gives you. So other than that, you know, and only some of that transferred over, you know, when you got to Mass Effect 3. Now, I think that they could have gave you some clothing. As Sarah, they could have gave you like a normal uniform that you could walk around in. I chose the jogging suit with the sports bra, you know, because I like boobs. She had a good jacket with gloves, and she had a long sleeve and a rolled up sleeve. She never had short sleeves other than in the sports uniform, like she had the jogging pants and the thing. She did have a hoodie, so you don't get any dresses. And I'm like, she's a woman. Every woman has at least one dress in her closet. Every woman. I haven't met a woman that doesn't have a dress in her closet. Maybe my older sister. But, for the most part, women do have dresses and skirts. Sarah didn't get that option in the game. And I get it if I'm like Sky. What the fuck I need a dress for? I'm a dude. Got my little tank top and my hoodie. I'm good to go. Couple pair of pants. But as a woman, clothing and fashion is more of a woman thing. Where men, look, we just happy we got clothes on that fit and don't make us look fat. So there's that. But for the most part, Andromeda was a great game. The downside to Andromeda was you don't get a DLC, you don't get enough clothes, you don't spend enough time with your father before you lose your father, which would have also helped. Like when y'all came out of stasis, the first thing you do is have to go into action. You don't get time to go and get to know Alex. You don't. You spend the bulk of the game resenting your father, which is really fucked up. But as it goes, it explains it, and then it explains why your father does what he did and why he kept y'all at a distance and all that other shit. Which again, cop out, but it's worth a play. Oh Lord, what the hell did I do? Hope I'm still recording. Okay, still recording. It is worth a good play, so if you're into Mass Effect, you will like Andromeda. You will like it a hell of a lot better than you like Anthem. Anthem was like the worst thing I ever bought in my life. I am not happy. I couldn't even take the damn game back. I wouldn't want anybody to suffer with Anthem. It's a first-person game also. You can be male or female, and you can be of any race, but you gotta unlock the races. And then you gotta walk around at this fucking, go to hell place so you can buy things. But if you didn't complete missions, you can't make any money to buy anything from these places. So it's pretty much a kick in the face. No, it's not a great game. I mean, play it for yourself and let me know how you feel about Anthem. I think they fucked up when they made Anthem. They should have focused more on either remaking Titanfall or making a Titanfall 3. Or focus more on everything Mass Effect. And that would have probably fixed the problem. Also, they're working on Dragon Age and Mass Effect at the same time, which is it's a fucking no-go. You need to focus on one or the other, or at least put your best people in teams of twos. And alright, this month you guys are working on Dragon Age, and then next month you're gonna go over there to the Mass Effect studio and work on Mass Effect. The best guys over here, you're going to go over to Dragon Age next month. Y'all gonna swap out, and in between there's gonna be a go-between people who are going to give y'all the ideas that y'all are going to run back and forth, and you're going to negotiate, and you're going to work this shit out, and we're going to have a great fucking game, make lots of fucking money. But they didn't do that. They should have did that. They should have only been focusing on Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Anthem should have been one they should have left for like an outsourced company. Anyway, that being said, I think you guys should play Mass Effect, the trilogy. Give it a shot. Play Male Shep, then play Fem Shep. And then play Andromeda. Andromeda is a great story. It's like Star Wars, like you get to be twins. You get to be Luke and Leia. Only you're Scott and Sarah. I would advise you to run it as Scott first and date Cora. I'm kidding. Run it as Scott, date who you want. And then run it as Sarah and date who you want. You can't date Cora as Sarah. Now, I'm only saying that for like consoles. PCs, shit, you can do whatever you want on a PC. I know this because I've watched PC games on YouTube. So if you guys can do that, go do that. That's actually really showing up. That's a burn from when I burnt off my face. Anyway, that being said, I'm Echo Fangray Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This is also part of that burn. Thank you for watching. Be seeing ya.